And welcome back, Officers of the Republic. Is your course on Underworld Police Chief APGAINS here, and I'm joined with Ranger, everyone's favorite beta tester. We're talking about the new character, everyone's favorite, most beautiful Iden Versio. Ranger, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I understand a damn thing you just said, but I've heard something about testing and Iden, and I figured this would be the video to do it.
Exactly. Now, as everyone's favorite beta
chalky
tester.
milk, man.
Dude, I am
crazy.
I'm a little loopy right now, if you know.
Not bad.
What I
if you know
mean.
What I mean. Yeah, oh God, not this nonsense.
Iden Versio. She looks pretty good. You've obviously tested her. No one else in the world, except for your fellow not so famous beta testers, have tested her.
Yes.
Is she good? Tell us right now. Is she good?
She's very good. What can I say about Iden? So Iden, if I was to rate it, it's a really good A tier team member, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's two ways you can run Iden. You can run her with your current trooper team. She works fantastic. It's awesome, right? But what's really amazing about her, and I tested this out on a lot of the other testers too, because like, all right, how good is she with these other poopy
with
flavored,
the garbage,
the garbage of the tier of the stormtroopers? Because if you put her with Stark and Veers and Dark Trooper, right, she's just gonna help you win even more, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially with the way her kid is, right, and her abilities. But it was pleasantly surprising to see, because you looked at her kid like, okay, I see what you got going on here, but does it translate for the time that we had, right? Because there's limited time. I was impressed. I mean, there's more I wanted to do with her. I still can go back in and do more, but she is pretty damn good. She brings up that secondary team to be really solid. I mean, she is a really damn good character, and I think people are going to be very happy with her.
So here's the trillion credit question, and while you answer this, I'll be doing the first ever reveal in human history on how thick she is. Let's say I don't have any Imperial troopers, right? My Imperial troopers are nothing, so I don't have to worry about a secondary Imperial trooper team. Is she better in the top Imperial trooper team than range trooper? Should I farm her instead of range trooper? Go while I check. While I check if she's thicker than a protein bar.
She's worth it in the sense that she can take the place of range trooper and do very well. You do eventually want to get the other stormtroopers because it's just a really good, solid secondary team. I still think the first team is really dope because of just the way it works. But
I can't spin her. She's the first ever zero thickness character. I can't spin her.
You can't spin her? Oh my sweet Jesus! I haven't looked at mine. My God, tell me this isn't so. Let me go look at mine. Maybe it's just you having issues. Okay, here's
no.
Spin her.
No. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Okay.
You
got the stroke out there. Okay. Oh, okay. It's been resolved. She's.
Ooh, Ranger J99. Talk about her while I eat this protein bar. She's so thick.
What? Oh my God, the Rona has gone to your head, buddy. But no, I mean, if you want to farm her first and add her to your initial trooper squad, of course she's going to be fantastic. But eventually, the goal is to get a second lineup that you can use, because some of these characters you do have to use. You have to farm up anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Magma no, and Snowtrooper no, but if you do work on them, they're very cheap to get, and that's the cool thing, is that you can use Iden with these, with range and snow and magma, right? They come out of the stores. They're not hard gears, and you can have a really solid secondary team. Now, really great on offense. I don't know how they play in defense. Haven't had a really chance to really dick around with them on how good they'll be on defense, but it's another team that you'll have at your disposal with, pieces. It's kind of like the bounty hunters. You can kind of mix and match. Now the Phoenix out and Dad Bod Boba Fett, Dad Bod Boba Fett's coming. Fatty Bubby. That it just gives you options for forming two really good teams that you can place, maybe one on defense, keep one for offense, right? So that's what they're doing, and I like that they thought about this character and where could she be the most effective, which they've really done a good job of lately. Of where can this character help boost the team and characters that are kind of like bleh, right? Mm-hmm. And they've done that again here with Iden.
So here's what's probably on everyone's mind, and I'm gonna pop open to squads that I'm building, and it's Veers, Piet, Stark, Dark Trooper, Iden. The elephants, the CG elephants in the room, and I hope you can speak better than I can to this. This is going to absolutely increase the poopability on Lord Vader of the Imp Troopers do they just not care? Like I always thought that they were gonna do something to stop. You know what I mean? Like they
Well,
made
it's
some
easier said
changes.
than done. Yeah, it's
Like,
easier said than done.
but like this seems like this is like all they're missing. Like she does a cleanse. She's okay.
Sure.
Quickness. She's like replacing Shock T with like. I feel like they did this on purpose to do the Shock T Imp Trooper counter to Lord Vader. They just replaced it with an actual Imp Trooper and made it better.
Yeah.
Like, do they want us to counter Lord Vader with Imp Troopers? Do they want us to bring that part of the game back? What's their thinking there? Because I can't. It just
I
seems
can't tell.
uncapital games.
I can't really explain it either.
Mm-hmm.
Because we know what that team can do to Lord Vader. I think Lord Vader. The problem is that, um, I think they are going to address it, but it's not as simple as just change this and it'll all work. They have to
Mm-hmm.
think about this in a perspective. If you change a GL's kit, if you change the wording or you add something to it, that's going to have a profound effect. It could have a profound effect on a lot of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that they are most terrified about is if they change something or redo something and they miss something, then it could lead to more problems. So it's a longer process than say fixing certain
But let's
bugs in the
say
game that are
this.
happening.
Let's say you don't change the GL kit at all. You just don't add a character that specifically does the one thing that the team that counters you really well is missing. Like they could have just easily not made this part of her kit and it wouldn't have changed anything, or not brought her to the game or any of that. But they brought her to the game and they put that part of her kit in there to help cleanse. And I feel like it had to be intentional, but it just seems so Like I just don't know why they're doing that. It just loses value of their most expensive character.
In a sense, yes, but we don't know what they're going to be doing next. We don't know what changes are coming in relation to that. I mean, there's always the thing, you look at what's out right at this moment, and then
Mm-hmm.
when you don't have all the information, then
Yeah.
you're like, okay, when you make certain assumptions or assertions about like why are they doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Now I agree with you 1,000%, it does do that, but we don't know what's coming down the pipe if there is anything. Now if they leave it as is, then absolutely they deserve all the criticism and heaping on that they're going to get, because you can't leave that. I mean, Vader doing the farm myself, having the character, phenomenally good character.
Mm-hmm.
Problem is, for what you have to go through, which is hell in a handbasket to get him. He's the most expensive GL to get. He's not the top of the GL list. It's still Kenobi.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Vader on offense is phenomenal, but on defense, you have all these teams that beat his ass. I mean, and I'm not too upset about that part of it. It's the type of teams that are doing it. You talk about troopers with Shock T. I mean, come on. I mean, they did the great nerf of last year based upon the fact that those characters that were not GLs, you had all these teams like Vader versus Rey or Jedi Knight Luke versus Elsa, which still works,
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. But they try to address it, but then they leave Vader open like this. It leaves two questions: either are they going to do something about it, and when are they going to do something about
Yeah.
it? So those are two things that we have to look at. So in a vacuum, we'll take Iden for what she is and what she can do, and that's on CG.
Mm-hmm.
They've got to get that addressed, and they've got to get that fixed.
Yeah, it's just one last point before we end the video really quickly. They did change Jedi Knight Revan's AI versus Mara Jade, which takes kind of away how good that EP Vader Mara
Right.
Jade team was against JML. So obviously they're defending the GL. They're defending Jedi Master Luke, but they're not doing the same thing for Vader. So either a character's coming to boost that, or they're going to do an AI change, or they literally just don't care. It's a little all over the place. I love you, Capital Games, but a lot of Lord Vader investors have told me their woes, and I feel for you guys. So, Ranger, thank you
Yeah,
so much for being on
absolutely,
here.
brother.
Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, we love you, and we'll see you later.